As I pressed on through the many inherited writings of my ancestors, I was being pulled deeper and deeper into a secret occult world of darkness.
Alright, so this setup might seem a little more dramatic than you are used to in my videos, but I am going into a topic tonight that I have been advised I need to tread carefully on. As I've already said, I am in contact with someone now who knows a good amount more about these types of topics than I do in relation with the crate with the X on it. The one I believe houses cursed items and just dangerous things to even look at and touch. Tonight I'm just looking in the journal, reading part of it, but this person has advised me that when it comes to this specific topic, this person that I've already spoken with them about, that I need to tread exceptionally carefully, even just, talking about it. But, you know me, I'm curious. I don't mind taking a risk, so we're going to jump into this. This is Harold talking about a specific being. You remember when I talked about vampires, I said that, or he had written that there was one that he considered unique among itself. And here we go. It says, Dmitri Vedeska. He is a race of vampire unique unto himself, but so much more than that. The Unmaker took vampirism by his own hand. Using his occult knowledge, he deemed it the cleanest means of immortality. Some say Charon founded the Sons of Man primarily to slay this single being, of which they succeeded in 1531. However, the Unmaker returned from hell nearly 3 centuries later, when father and grandfather faced him together. He was slain again. Then there's a list here. He has it listed out. It says warlock, sorcerer, necromancer, vampire, devil conjurer, antichrist, dark messiah, and then he puts in quotes, the Unmaker, which seems to be how they referenced him. And he has one more note here that says, I know Vedeska from more than my books and father's stories. The Unholy One has haunted my dreams since I was a boy, goading me as if we are to face in battle someday. So that's some pretty scary stuff. I mean, Charon is reference to, Raphael Charon, the founder, one of the founders of the Sons of Man, and then mentions of Theobald and Reinhold, Harold's father and grandfather dealing with this thing, and then him dreaming about it after already dying twice. So I don't know. I don't know. Scary stuff. Alright, so another big question that I get a lot is about werewolves. Given some of these things that I've brought out that were in the trunk and other things that have been said about my ancestor Harold Oldry. He never uses the term werewolf in his journal, but this is what he said that sounds to me like he's definitely talking about them. He says, the situation with the wolves has shifted dramatically since the events in Vienna. The VF Institute's attempts at post-infection cure have pushed the affliction far beyond standard lycanthropy. The subjects metamorphosed from men covered in wolf hair, with the claws and teeth of the beasts, into towering monstrosities equal part man and beast, with large protruding maws more ferocious than anything in nature. Professor van der Stark also tells me it is unlikely that these failures have caused any pause in the VF Institute's experiments. And he has a sketch here. He was not much of an artist, but it kind of gives you an idea. So what it sounds like is this is the only place really that I've seen mention of the VF Institute. Though, now that I think about it, I might have seen something else that might stand for. But it sounds like something happened with, they refer to them as wolves, and they became, based on human intervention, something worse. So, another name in here, Professor van der Stark, he does come up a bit later in a few different things. Basically, like his science man, his hookup when it comes to things mechanical and science-based. Also, just wanted to note I am kind of enjoying these spookier setups using the things that I did find in the trunk, so you can expect a lot more things like that, and we'll be continuing through the journal pretty regularly. I do plan on publishing the contents of this one day. These videos are kind of testing the water to see how safe it is to get this information out there, but, just be patient. I'll get all this out to you guys as soon as I can. Hey everybody, not as dramatic tonight. I'm not going to be reading from the journal in this video, but I will be getting back to that fairly soon. I just wanted to note that it seems that doing this, reading from the Herald's journal, is kind of substantially kicking up activity inside of the house. I mentioned right around Christmas that things were starting up kind of again, and it had been since I opened the trunk, which was like on Halloween, so it had been over a month. Things are going on again, nothing threatening, just things moving. I can hear like an adult man sounds like rummaging around upstairs when I'm in my room, and I come upstairs, I always have my phone, I'm trying to capture things. Have not captured anything yet. When I do, believe me, I will upload it ASAP. I don't care if it's at like 2, 3 a.m. You guys have seen me do that before. So I know that, in that dream, which I do put stock into, and I know a lot of you do as well, Harold did say to tell their story. And that's what I'm doing. And so maybe think like, why is activity being kicked up? I don't think that he's upset. I just think that going through these memories of these events that happened to him in his life that were pretty dramatic. I don't know how ghosts work exactly. Hey, it's okay, Summer. Summer's over here. She messes with the neighborhood cats. I assume that's what it is now. I would imagine that kind of emotional energy could kick something like that up. I am, just I don't know if irritate is the right word, but to do something to him. I still feel totally safe. If you've watched the videos, the spirits are my family. The house is protected from Christian and pagan magic, it seems. So I feel very well protected. I do have someone else coming who I've mentioned, like someone's going to come to help me with the container with the X on it that I believe has some dark things in there. This is somebody that I have been in contact with, that I've come to trust enough to meet with them face to face and really kind of go ahead and try this. I don't want to give too many details about them now. They have not watched my videos, so they're coming into this without any of that knowledge. They do describe themselves as a practitioner of witchcraft, so that is the kind of, the corner of where this is coming from. So hopefully that's okay with a lot of you guys. I know some of you would prefer a priest, but given some of the nature of this stuff, I'm not sure I trust somebody who is an official member of the Catholic Church around the stuff I have here. Okay, going back into the journal tonight. This is a much witchier topic, so hopefully this is something interesting for you guys. I found it very interesting. Especially, you'll see at the beginning, it says, "The Haxan is a being that has transcended humanity. The name comes from the Swedish word for witch, as the first confirmed example having been found on Blakula Island. They are far more than their mortal counterparts. Their human lives as witches in Satan's service serve as like caterpillars to the butterfly. They are invariably the result of such people executed and returned to the world, renewed by the devil." It goes on to say, "The means of that death marks them plainly. If hanged, the neck elongated and twisted. If burned, blackened and skeletal. They are the devil's chief agents in this world. Working with Bridget and others has taught me much in dealing with them. I believe them to be an abominable facsimile of the divine wonder of beings like Bridget, those connected to worlds beyond." Now, if you remember from one of my much earlier videos, the reason that they went with the title Haxan for the movie was not just because, Sweden was one of the countries involved in the production. He did mention that it came back to this name of a type of creature that his grandfather, who was Harold, Leopold said that was a kind of creature that they had to deal with, and this is pretty early in the journal, so he's talking about this thing. It sounds like certain types of evil magic users kind of like evolving into some kind of monster. He talks about Bridget. If you remember, he believed her to be some kind of divine avatar to the goddess. So he makes a comment that this is like a satanic approximation of that, like a bastardization of it. So another one that's pretty creepy. Hey everybody, today is a pretty interesting video based on research I've been doing about what I talked about last night from Harold's journal, this Haxan creature. This is pretty cool because it ties back to where this all started for me, about that movie Haxan, where my great-grandfather uncreditedly worked on it. So let me just dive into what I found. Okay, this is straight off of Wikipedia. Blockula was an island, a mythological island off of Sweden, where the devil would go to for his earthly court during a witch's Sabbath. Basically one of the gnarliest devil-worshipping meetings in the world. This is exactly the kind of stuff that, you saw represented in some of those clips I've posted of the movie Haxan. Now, supposedly the actual location of this is the island of Blajungfrun off of Sweden. I hope I said that correctly. Which is a place you can go and visit today. According to legend, basically, if you were to go there by magical means, it says, go flying through the air. Instead of this island, you would come upon Blockula, which was a pretty gnarly and intense place. It was said to be an endless field with a large gate in the middle where you go through, and there's a smaller field with a house with large rooms and a long table where these witches would dine with the devil, dressed in a gray suit. And he would pick whichever ones he liked the most, and he'd take them back into the room and to find beds and, know them carnally. There are still ruins associated with all this on the island of Blajungfrun, this labyrinth, for instance, and a lot of people meet there yearly, to celebrate, witchy-type things and topics. Obviously not the devil stuff, but yeah, it's still a pretty popular place, I guess. Harold did write about an experience there with Haxan, and it does include Bridget. This does seem to be the end of that journey that they took together. I'll try to read it quick. It says, Bridget and I rode by night, set off from Lotorp. We came upon the island. Normally here would be found Blajungfrun, instead the land of Blockula, the legendary cursed site of the devil's consort on earth. Bridget near effortlessly opened the way. Samuel and his apprentice could not believe their eyes. I myself was years past the capability of surprise. In the endless field, behind the stone gate, we faced a trio of Haxan with dozens of human followers. In this event, I witnessed both Bridget's true divine form as well as the face of Christ. So that's two of the more dramatic things he talks about in there. Like he mentioned thinking Bridget was an avatar, but he talks about actually seeing the face of Christ. I don't know if he means that literally, but finally I want to show this super creepy sketch he made of what I guess is a Haxan. Okay, just sitting out here on my patio, like I do a lot of the time on my time off, and I mentioned I hadn't caught anything on film in a long time, but I just got something that's not that crazy, but I'm still it still got my heart a little jacked. So I was just sitting here. The door kind of clicked open a little bit on its own, so I stood up, turned around, and started recording. After a sec, it opened up the rest of the way. I went in real quick to show that there was nobody else there. Looked around a little bit. It was pretty dark. Reviewing the video, it looks like there might be somebody sitting on the couch, so that would make it even crazier, but I can't tell. You guys tell me what you think. But like I said, nothing too crazy, but it is just now getting dark. It's just the beginning of the night. I'm going to keep my phone charged, keep it on me, and hopefully I'll get something else. It's been a while, but like I said, this stuff is kicking up. Yeah, it's not even fully dark yet. I've got a feeling it's going to be a long night. Alright, something really freaky, kind of troubling has happened now. It's nothing in the house. I actually have not been able to capture any more activity in the house If you follow me, you know that I hang out here in my patio a lot. I'm out here writing. I do my videos out here. And right now it's after 1 a.m. I'm out here late at night, very frequently. I was just sitting out here, working on my stuff. I take Summer out every now and then to go to the bathroom, and something has been left here on the step of the house. I don't know if it was from just some fan here on TikTok or something even weirder than that, which that would be really uncool, but I don't know. This is really creepy, and it could be something worse than that. I'm just going to go ahead and show you. It's more creepy just in and of the fact that it's been placed here. It is a vase of dead roses, so I guess that is creepy in and of itself too, but I have no idea how it got here. It's just troubling to find something that was clearly placed here for me to find it. I don't know. It's just creepy. It's weird. It's freaky. I don't like it. I know enough not to bring it into the house. I'm not even going to touch it until at least tomorrow morning. I'm just going to leave it sitting there. So if somebody watching sent this, not cool. If something else, maybe somebody has an idea of what that could mean or what it could be from or what kind of person could have sent it, please let me know in the comments. Tell me something. I'm just pretty freaked out. I just want to add again, though, we're not, helpless here. I've got this place protected. We'll be okay in that regard, but it's still very freaky and makes me feel uncomfortable. It will also likely keep me from merely being able to focus on trying to, capture some kind of evidence tonight, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm just going to post it, but I'm pretty sure I just had an interaction with Leopold's spirit, so here you go. Okay, I'm up here. This is the laundry room. My room where I sleep is on the other side of it. This is where I'm hearing all that noise going on. I've been up here now for a few minutes looking around after hearing the noise, and I think I've got something interacting with me. It only works so long as I keep that light off. If I turn it back on like that, it's not working, so I'm just going to show you what's been going on. It seems to make a sound to indicate positive, and it doesn't do anything for a negative, so I'm just going to go ahead. I've been interacting with it now for a little bit already, so let's go ahead. Okay. Is there somebody in the laundry room right now? Oh, shit. Okay, are you a relative of mine? An Oldry? Okay. Do you mean anyone in this house any harm? Okay, no sound, that's good. Are you trying to show me something? Okay, is it something that's in the laundry room? Nothing. Is it... Okay, I pulled away for a sec because I heard what sounded like a door opening on the other side of the house, but didn't find anything. Just more of this weirdness. I'm going to try to continue. Are you still in the laundry room? That was fast. Is there something under the laundry room? Under the house? Okay. Are you Harold? Nothing. Are you Leopold? Okay, I need to go in here real quick to show that there is not somebody standing in here. Messy, dirty laundry room, but there is nobody in here. This is crazy. One more thing. Can you ask Harold to show me what he wants me to say, what he wants to show me? Just I don't know, in my dream. It seems he is already, so just show me something. Okay, that's enough. Okay, I've been trying to get this video up for a couple hours now. Hopefully it posts this time. TikTok is being really weird. If you guys have seen, I'm getting all kinds of warnings on my videos. The one I did yesterday about the Sons of Man, you have to click through to even watch. It tells you that it's disturbing or something. And that sucks because the views were going crazy good, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. So it feels like they didn't want that video to keep going. I have no idea why it would be labeled as disturbing. But hopefully this one goes through because I don't know, TikTok's messing with me.
So I just woke up being quiet because Melissa's asleep. But definitely had that dream again. Not the old recurring one, but whatever that nightmare is. I got a little bit, I can remember just that I was like in the mountains somewhere. A lot of those other people around, like a frantic situation. I can't remember anything else other than that. I don't know. Okay, so I've just been sitting here scrolling. I got on my phone. And if you recall, going into this, what I was really asking was to get a viewpoint into Harold's world. And this is the first video that came up in my feed this time. I mean, normally I just say, hey, cool video. But right now, I don't know. You guys, what do you think? To me, it looks like a lot of the kind of stuff that I'm reading about in Harold's journal and just these other papers and, just the world that he was walking in. So, like I've said, I'm beyond believing in coincidences or just dismissing anything. So that means something to me.